Hello, YouTube world, and welcome to Workout Wednesday. Today, I will be doing another yoga session, and being that it is my day off, I just did a workout yesterday. So today is my recovery day, active recovery. So with all my different mobility activities that I do with different bands, I will be doing a yoga routine. So I will share that with you today as I kind of loosen up my tissues and kind of break up the soreness and stiffness from yesterday's workout. Here we go. So as with the previous yoga routines that I've shared with you on these Workout Wednesdays, I'll kind of walk you through the process so you can either follow along or take something and use it in your own practice that you develop. Maybe a little bit of inspiration just to start practicing even. So we'll start in a child's pose and get into the yogic breathing. So I've got my big toes touching in the back behind me, knees splayed out towards the edges of the mat, and my arms are outstretched. I'm trying to sit my butt as far back and as close to my heels as I can get it. And I can let my forehead rest against the mat as I start to breathe in through my nose and out through my nose. Keeping the tongue in contact with the roof of your mouth. And just become aware of your body. Any sensations or feelings that come up during this connection period before you start the practice. You can curl your toes under. Spread the fingers wide and press yourself up into your first down dog. Pedaling out the feet and legs as you straighten one leg, the other bends, and then switch, moving and alternating with your breath. And then both legs straighten out, twisting your arms into the floor, into the hands and arms into the floor, so you get this torsion. So your elbows kind of turn in and the elbow pits turn outward towards the front. And you're looking up towards your thighs or past them towards whatever's behind you. Reaching up high with the hips, grounding yourself with the heels and hands. When you inhale, the right leg comes up. I'm actually going to open up my right hip towards the ceiling. I'm going to bend my right knee, keeping both arms straight. And exhale, take it through, knee towards my wrist on the same side, so right knee to right wrist. You can see how I'm sliding my knee and foot backwards to sink lower in this position. And then coming down, stretching out the glute outside of the hip. Resting on either stacked fists, stacked hands, or try to bring your forehead all the way to the floor. On your next inhale, go ahead and walk yourself back up. Hands into the mat. Curling the toe under on that straight back leg, lifting the knee, coming into your plank. I'm going to walk my toes a little bit forward so I'm increasing the amount of stretch in my forearms and the flexion in my wrists. So I'm really getting a nice good wrist stretch as well, which helps with all the pushing exercises or activities that you do. It's good to have supple wrists like your ankles. Good. And you'll press down back into your down dog. Oh, I should feel a lot better than the first time around. And then you'll reach that left leg up this time, opening up the left hip towards the ceiling and bending the left knee. And on the exhale, bring that left knee to the left wrist. Just a little bit of a front hip flexor and quad stretch in that position. And then we'll go right into the glute and outside of the hip here. Taking 5 deep breaths. And on an inhale, bring yourself back up. Curling the toes under on that back leg. Coming back into your plank. And we'll go through that wrist mobility one more time. Lunging forward with your body. Really getting a nice big stretch in the wrists. Making sure that your fingers are still spread out wide. And then pressing down, or pressing yourself back into your down dog. And your next inhale, lifting that leg, the right leg up, and as you exhale, step it through between your hands. A lot of times, people will get stuck and they can't get this foot past here. So what you can do is, if you're strong enough in the shoulders, is kind of turn yourself to the side and give yourself more room to kind of swing that leg around. And then bring yourself into this position ready to go. So this is okay. You can bring that foot around as long as you're on the neighbor right here. You can, swing that leg around instead of having to pick it up and through. Once you're in this position, you can come into a high lunge, either hands on the hips or you can bring your arms over your head, whatever you fancy. Now, the difference between high lunge and a warrior one, you can see that my heel in the back side is lifted. If I was in warrior one, then this heel would drop down. I'm staying in lunge because I want to work on the hip flexors a little more. And as you exhale, arms come back down on either side of your foot, stepping back. And we're just going to go right into the other one. yourself up. So here's what I'm talking about, the hip flexor. Very important to keep the belly button pulled in, your core engaged, to keep everything stretching in the hips and the quads. Leg is straight back here, bent on this side. On your next exhale, hands come down to the floor. Stepping up with the right foot so that you're at the top of your mat. Do a few hamstring things here. So as you breathe in, you'll place your hands right below your knees on your shins, flattening out the back. You can see that I'm flattening out the back, so I was here and now I'm flattening out the back. Squeezing the shoulder blades behind me. And as you breathe out, wrapping your hands behind your heels or behind your ankles, and then trying to pull your chest towards your shins. So you're not rounding your back a lot. You're trying to keep the back flat like you had it, and then pull that in. 5 deep breaths. Inhale to flatten the back out. And one more time, pull it back in. And when you're done, you can come into a tight little squat ball if you wish before coming onto your back. So I'm hugging myself really tight like a cannonball jumping into the pool, right? Pulling your knees into your chest, trying to flatten out that back as much as possible. Staying in this balanced kind of huddled squat position. 3, 2, 1. So there you have it. Just a few moves that took about, 10 minutes for the whole exercise routine. And that's really all you need. Just get the tissues moving, the blood flowing, moving with your breath or breathing with your movement, however you want to picture it or have it described. Trying to move every single day. Whether it's just a walk during your lunch hour, whether it's a little bit of yoga in the beginning or end of your day, just do something to move your body, to improve your basic movement patterns, your function. I look forward to meeting up with you all again here. As always, keep going and keep growing, my friends. Peace.